Hey, welcome to match 2 of Lantern Control. This hand is awesome. I will keep it. Have a lantern, a mill rock, a bunch of lands, ancient starting to find whatever I need, and an abrupt decay to answer anything that's scary. Looks like it's Merfolk, which is, I believe, one of the easiest matchups I can possibly run into. Basically, I found a bridge and I win the game. Could be a slight exaggeration that it's that simple, since they are playing more counter magic now than they used to, but oh well. I meant to cast Pixis Pandemonium there. Well, grab a Codex Shredder. Gonna shred away the Master of the Pearl Trident, just because Merfolk's main shtick is to race. That's the only way they can feasibly win this matchup. I've got a discard for any counterspell they might have, so as the Masters are their best ways to race, that's the kind of thing I want to shred off the top of their deck. Alright. Let's get an Inquisition, see what I have to start worrying about. A bunch of Kumina's Speakers, and a Master of Pearl Trident. So no counter spells. Take the Master. And Spreading Seas. Do I care about Spreading Seas? It'd be more irritating than most other things, so I'll get rid of it. And Lord of Atlantis is also not something I want to see. Yeah, you can have a land. I normally wouldn't be this aggressive about milling relatively low impact cards, like I am against Merfolk, except I know that his deck doesn't have a whole lot of things that can threaten me to draw. Like, if I'm against Abzan and like I draw them into a shatter effect like an abrupt decay, then I'm in deep trouble. Whereas against Merfolk, the range where I can make the situation worse by milling them into a better card is so much lower that I can afford to spend my mills in this way. So I'm going to attack for 6. So I do actually need to find a bridge relatively soon. I was kind of hoping to hit one off the Ancient Stirrings, but doesn't seem likely. The Bobble's a redraw, and I don't have to panic this turn, so I'll draw the Bobble. I'll cast the Bubble. So I definitely don't want Thoughtseize. Do I care about Spreading Seas? Spreading Seas draws them another card, but is ultimately harmless. I'd rather... Yeah, that's fine. So I'll Abrupt Decay one of his creatures, and then use all my stuff to mill myself towards a bridge and dig as hard as I can for bridge. Both Kumina's Speakers and the Curse Catcher, so I think he's got just like a second Vial and a Delta in hand. I should have been paying more attention, but well. He draws a Spreading Seas and has another Spreading Seas on top. Which is fine, because if he wants to cast Spreading Seas, then he's not attacking with a Mutavault. Oh, I guess he can do both. Never mind, he had the Blue Delta. Fetches towards another Mutavault. He's already played a land this turn, so I'm fine with him drawing Mutavault. I will either be dead or it won't matter. Alright, so let's just kill a Kumina Speaker. Doesn't really matter. Actually, no. Curse Catcher doesn't matter. Alright, so I got one turn to find bridge. Not a bridge. Not a bridge. Ooh. You know, I kind of forgot that Engineered Explosives was in my deck. So I'll draw the Engineered Explosives. And then, how do I feel about Codex Shredder? I don't think I want Codex Shredder. So if I draw Codex Shredder... yeah. I'm better off drawing Glimmer Void. This is the problem. I'm really not used to playing with Engineered Explosives. So I kind of forgot that playing Engineered Explosives on 1 would sort of kill all my stuff. This is the first... I borrowed the list. Right now is the first time I've ever cast Engineered Explosives as a Lantern player. Well, casting it on 2, I still killed a Branch Walker, and then I take 5 down to 2, so I got one more turn of drawing. Yeah. Right. Well, this has been awkward, but sure. Oh, fuck. This is why you have stops in the right place. Yeah. That was embarrassing. Okay, so, in theory, I would have shredded that, and then I would have shredded this, and this, and then shuffled, and maybe never drawn a bridge at all. Alright, so, horrifically embarrassing moments of stupidity aside, I suppose I was just doomed to never draw a bridge that game. Well then. I guess I put in a Pithing Needle and a Maelstrom Pulse. The rest of this stuff doesn't really matter. Call that good. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's, as you can tell, I'm not tremendously used to... let's see. So, I have a bunch of pithy needles and a bridge, but I don't really have another way to draw lands. And only one land. I do get a redraw with a bauble. I do have brutality, which is a thing. There's a lot that can go wrong with this hand, though. I think I will mulligan it. This looks better, except for the fact that I have no green mana. And don't have a bridge, but I can scry to a green land, and this is good. Or to a... yeah. So Glimmer Void's good. So turn 1, I get Fair. Bobble. He's got a natural state. I don't think there's anything I can do about drawing a natural state. I don't want to sack the lantern just yet. That's too early, I think. Sacking lantern. A gate. Interesting. Well, I'm going to get my extra draw. Grab a bridge. Codex Shredder on top. Still don't feel like sacrificing the lantern to make him shuffle away the negate. Having the Academy Ruins and the Glimmer Void does help a lot. So he has state and negate. Curse Catcher. Oh, he's just got one land? Well done. That makes things a lot simpler. If he only has one land, then I'll just make him never draw another land. He can have natural state all he wants. Don't really care for drawing the opal. Yeah, I don't care for drawing opal. Go ahead and shred both. Yeah. Have a spreading seas. I'm not even actually suffering from a clock because my Inventor's Fair is going to start racing the Curse Catcher and life gain, or matching the Curse Catcher's damage with life gain. And he can draw another Curse Catcher. It's 1 damage a turn. That's fine. Natural Stating Lantern. So now I'll draw. That's Bridge and then Pixis. He draws a Curse Catcher, and then I put Lantern back on top and draw it and cast it before he has a chance to draw a card I haven't seen. So, and turn to the top. Draw lantern. This lantern. You can go ahead and draw your Master of the Pearl Trident. I do not care. And then I want to dig myself to a discard spell at some point. Care for these. Don't want you to have Mutavault. I'd rather have the second bridge than him keeping him off that land, since I can probably get rid of the land anyways. Go ahead and shred that. Like to keep Brutality if I could. I can't. There you go. Have another Silvergill Adept. Okay. Well, sometimes you win by preventing them from drawing ways to interact with bridge, and sometimes you just prevent them from drawing lands. This was apparently the latter. Against natural states, I think I do want Spellskite. I do want Collective Brutalities and Thoughtseizes and stuff against the... Also Welding Jar? I don't really need quite so many Mill Rocks. I'll take out some of the Mill Rocks. Pulse, Abrupt Decay, those all seem reasonable. Engineered Explosives, it's really awkward that... I guess it's going to be pretty good on 2 against most of his draws. It was just that first game where most of his creatures were 1 casting cost. That it was really bad. So let's see. Lands, Lantern, Stirrings, Millrock. It doesn't have discard and it doesn't have a bridge, but this is mostly what I'm looking for. I'm gonna have a Ghost Quarter for a potential Mutable. Okay, perfect. So now I just need discard. Oh. While I'm listing things that I want to draw, I should have run out the Mishra's Bauble. Mistake. So next turn, I think I Thoughtseize, then cast Bell, Bauble. Hopefully take out his only discard and or removal spell. And from there, I have a really easy turn 3 bridge, win the game. Especially if he spends his time deploying threats. I suppose he can be playing... Beat on that so that I can't get Curse Catchered. I might get negated. Natural State. Am I fine with him having Master of the Pearl Trident? I think I'm fine with him having Master of the Pearl Trident, yes. Oh, I should have checked if I wanted to actually draw the ruins. Right, so he has Branch Walker, a Lord of Atlantis, so he just has a bunch of dorks. I'll take the Adept. Then I know he draws the Lord of Atlantis. Which means I can resolve Bridge in complete safety. So he has Lord, Branchwalker, Breeding Pool. So I'm guessing he'll cast the Branchwalker and Violin a Lord. And then I play an Ensnaring Bridge. He can no longer attack. He might attack with Mutavault, actually. And then it's a question... of can my... Alright, there's another master on top. It's fine. Can I stirrings into another lantern before he... Yeah, he kept this on top, so I'm not using the Mishra's Bauble to scry him because I want to scry him to make sure that he's not drawing, you know, an actual threat. So something that can deal with an ensnaring bridge. Because now that I have the ensnaring bridge down, the only thing that matters is keeping him off of natural states, since he can't attack through bridge. So he drew the master, so right now his hand is 3 lord-type creatures. So he's just attacking with Mutavault, because otherwise he can't get in any damage. And now I'm going to bobble him. And I saw a Kumina's Speaker, which I also don't care about. I'll draw a Glimmer Void and Engineered Explosives. So I'll just cast the Stirrings. Get second bridge. For another Codex Shredder. I'll take second bridge. I think that's the safest option. And then... he'll draw the Kumina's Speaker. So you'll play Kumina's Speaker, attack me with Mutavault down to 14. I go back to 15 with the Inventor's Fair. I play a Glimmer Void. And he gets like 1 draw where I don't know what it is, where I tutor up Lantern with Inventor's Fair. Like Glimmer Void here, so I can tutor up Lantern. I don't really feel a compelling need to throw out EE on 2 right now. Okay, so he drew Cavern of Souls, so his hand is, I believe, just 3 masters, or Lord/Master. They're basically the same thing. So I get attacked for 4. Just put my block back on block so that I don't get embarrassed like I did 2 games ago. And fetch up a Lantern of Insight. And turn. Lantern. Play my land. Addition. 2 masters, and he has a Curse Catcher. Alright, this game looks locked up. He's got no draw. He shouldn't be able to do anything for the rest of the game. I'm considering my running out the Engineered Explode. What? Mill. Alright, and with that second Codex Shredder, that's the nail in the coffin, I think. Probably should. That second mill was too aggressive. I should have probably just drawn the Thoughtseize and taken into 2 life loss, since there was no compelling reason for me to tap the bell. Doesn't matter though. This is now quite over. Go ahead and get another Codex Shredder, and then at some point I'll start milling him quickly, just to make the game end. If I remember correctly, he has just a fetch land in place in his hand, so... Unfortunately, this is one of the downsides of playing Lantern, is that occasionally your opponent does not realize that their fate is sealed and wants you to play it out, which is fine. It's their prerogative. Alright, there we go. Match 2. Shame about the highly embarrassing hunt in game 1. Oh well.